Okay, this is the ultimate beginner's guide to crypto, run with gateio, and I'm going to explain to you all the basic terms, all the basic glossary of crypto, as well as show you how to buy your very first crypto with gateio. For the more advanced people, you can always find something interesting here as well, and I'm going to show you things like derivatives, different finances, also talk briefly about options, bots, and so on. So let's get started. So as you can see, gateio is this one exchange which actually trades over 1,700 cryptocurrencies currently, and this is a really great start to buy your first crypto. So let's just do that, and I'm then going to explain Web3 as well as a couple of other options as well. So if you click on buy crypto after signing up, the link will be down below in the description, of course, because you can use my VIP referral link to get additional bonuses. So after signing up, giving email and choosing your password, you'll be good to go. You can also add 2FA security so that your account will be secure. But then the thing to do if you don't have any crypto, so if you can't really deposit anything on chain, is going with buying crypto. And this is what we're going to do right now. So you have a couple of options. So one of the easiest ones is probably buy crypto with a transfer, depositing USD here directly, and those will be transferred to USDT. So if you never heard about USDT, this is a stable coin, and in crypto this is something very typical. You have a bunch of stable coins that are trying to imitate the price of USD one-to-one. They are cryptocurrencies, but basically they just behave as a virtual dollar. USDT is the biggest ones. You have also USDC, DAI, and a bunch of others. So you're actually buying your very first crypto, it probably will be USDT, because then with USDT you can exchange that for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for Solana, and a bunch of other cryptocurrencies as well. So this is what you can do here. As you can see, you can choose your payment method and see how much it will cost in general. As you can see, it's pretty simple and easy to really deploy the cash this way. You can also go with the express option or go with the debit credit card as well to buy crypto very quickly. So this is what you can do here. You can choose one of the currencies here to choose from, USD, USDT, USD, Euro, GBP, or one of your local currencies, and it should be super simple to actually deploy and have directly USDT. You can also choose here what you want to buy, because you can also buy directly BTC, Ethereum, Doge, and a bunch of other cryptocurrencies as well. So going forward, so this is one thing. I'm going to assume that you already have bought some kind of cryptocurrency and we can start trading. So if you have it already, first of all, you can go to prices, because I should also underline that everything here is purely educational. Nothing here is financial advice, and you should always do your own research. But by doing your own research, I always mean that you should read more about the project, read more about the socials for a particular project, and then try to understand what this project is doing. Now, here, for example, with gateio, you can go to prices and you can see what's happening in the market today. Of course, you have Bitcoin, ETH, and other coins that are being traded right now. So some of them you might know them, some of them you might see for the first time. And in the case that you don't really understand the coin, the best way is to try to Google what this particular token is doing. Now let's start with something simple. So I'm just going to click on BTC and I will have the key information here. So for example, I could visit the website, I could go on Twitter, and this is the way I could understand what the coin is doing, exactly. Also, I can check the basic metrics like all-time high, so ATH. This is something that is being repeated over and over, because you want to basically believe that the new ATH will be reached at some point when we reach the bull market and we go past the all-time high. So this one is interesting stuff. Of course, the market cap, so how much of a market there is. Bitcoin, of course, has the biggest market cap of almost $1 trillion. So this is massive, but most of the coins have millions of dollars rather than billions, and there are even smaller coins below the millions. So gateio basically allows you to trade both super small coins as well as much larger coins. So if you go back to prices, you can discover coins like that. So for example, if I were to go, for example, with SATs, this is a coin that basically is behind some of the newer narrative considering ordinals on Bitcoin. Then basically you will see that first of all the price is much smaller because the market cap is much smaller. You can see also that the volume is super small compared to what's happening, but in order to really understand what's going on with this particular token, I would need to do more search. So for example, going back to the prices here, you can see that I can try to understand what's happening with various coins. Things like bonk, if you're going to see them for the first time, for example, are really great to understand because you basically want to understand what you're buying into. So this is basically the basic of the prices. Now for the trading, it's all about going into spot. So here a small explanation. You can either buy on spot or buy a contract. So the difference here is that buying a contract is really buying a contract, which means that you don't really own a particular token, while buying on spot will give you the actual cryptocurrency you can withdraw from an exchange to your own wallet. You can be a depositor of your own coins. You can just hold them and have a wallet like MetaMask, like Phantom for Solana, like Kepler. There are a bunch of other wallets that are suitable for different uses. So this is it for the spot market, and the reason for also going with spot is that you won't get into leverage. You don't have the risk of being of going to zero. Well, unless of course the coin is going to zero, but this is really a rare occasion. Moreover than so, tokens tend to go down, but they never really reach zero. They always trend at some point. So if I were to go to spot and then, for example, choose Bitcoin again, this is the best way to actually buy Bitcoin. You have a couple of options here. As you can see, you have the order book, so you can see what people are trading here, what are the actual trades. One of them is the prices that are being for buying. The other is for selling. Or what they offer you to buy the Bitcoins for, and you have the chart that basically shows you what the Bitcoin is currently traded at. So currently it's priced at $41,000, $41,800, and you can buy a couple of options here. So first of all, I'm going to go into a couple of other features in a moment, but the easiest way to buy Bitcoin, for example, or other cryptocurrencies is go to gateio, go to trade spot as we did now, find the crypto you want to buy. So you can search here with the history and what you want to look for. Now, once you have your coin and you have your USDT because you did the transfer via your bank or a credit card, you can buy. And you can either set the price with the limit price, then the order will sit until someone takes it and sells you for the particular price, which of course means that that can never be fulfilled. So for example, if I were to bid $4,000 instead of $40,000 for one BTC, probably I would never realize this market order. So usually the simplest option is going with market. Market buys are just buy me the lowest price possible on the market and just how much I want to. You can choose the particular amount or whatever you want to buy. If you have any, this is what you want to buy, and this is basically the way to buy Bitcoin the easiest way possible. You can also buy in the same way Ethereum, for example. Here we're going into perps, so maybe I will explain them in a moment. Let's go back to actually Ethereum, but on a spot, and I'm going to explain to you how the perps work in a moment. So again, we have an Ethereum here, and you can go with limit or market on the right. And then I can also have a more advanced features like stop limit, where I can put what are my prices, what are my limits for buying and selling, how much I want to hold, for how long, and so on. And also I have a different ways of even having more advanced options and how to use them. So this is very, very useful. Another thing here is that I can go to bots, and there are different ways to actually do it directly. The easiest bot is probably going with SpotGrid. So SpotGrid is basically going with various limits automatically that you have around the price that is current. Basically you have this bracket of when you buy and sell, and basically when the price is oscillating between those brackets, the bot is selling and buying for you automatically. So this is definitely recommended when we are in a crap market, so when we have a price that is going up and down but within the same bracket. Right now we're probably in a discovery and we really don't know whether it will go much higher or much lower, so it's not really that recommended right now. But generally speaking, SpotGrid was really good for example, for 2022, beginning of 2023, was really interesting as well. So you can have bots which are super easy to set up here. You can just click on copy and say how much you want to put on into it and just start going with that. So I promise you that I'm going to explain to you also derivatives. Because for trade, we can go also with a bunch of other options. So these were bots, you can go to them directly. You have also a bunch of other stuff. So leveraged tokens is basically having leveraged positions in tokens without actually using derivatives. So it's a little bit like holding spot, but in between of a contract. Convert is just going with the simplest option possible. So you don't even have a look at the chart. You simply just exchange one token for another, and the margin is basically using the leverage but on spot. Now that's the leverage is best explained with when we go to perpetuals, and I'm going to explain you there. So perpetual is a kind of a contract that is very unique to crypto. You don't have that in the traditional market. In the traditional market, you usually have a contract with a fixed date of ending that contract, and then when you, for example, have a contract for say corn, or let's think about just BTC and not going to commodities, but let's think about the particular date, like the end of 2023 or the beginning of 2024. Say you have the contract for the 1st January of 2024, and then you're basically betting on the price that BTC will have on that particular day. So you can imagine that the price of that contract will be actually relative to the time that we have until the particular date, the current price, and the price that we're betting for. This is also similar to options. You're betting on particular day, on particular price, which is called the strike price in this case, and you're betting that this will go up or below that part of price. However, in crypto you have perpetual, so you have contracts that will never actually reach day expire, which means that you can bet on them constantly. The only difference is that you have a funding rate, and the funding rate is the mechanics that basically is applied every couple of hours, depending on an exchange. It can go from 8 to 4. Of course, that again depends on the exchange, but basically it's based on whether more people are longing or shorting a particular token. Longing means that you buying. Shorting means that you're selling, but also in perpetual case, you can short, you can sell without having the BTC before. So the way it works is that even if you don't have any crypto, but you have USDT, so you have dollars, you can start selling BTC, which in this case means that you borrow BTC to sell it and buy it back later. So this is the way to actually, the way to think about shorting is basically just borrowing BTC to buy it back later for a lower price. So you're basically betting on the market going down, because then your short is successful, you're making money. On the other hand, longing or buying is basically setting a particular date that you want to buy back the token and you're giving the USDT. So it's very similar to spot, but actually you don't hold the BTC yourself. There is someone on the other hand that is holding that BTC for you. And you have this open interest and funding rates here, which are important statistics. Open interest tells you how much people are betting actually, the total value of the bets. This is especially important when there's a lot of movement in the market. You can see that through open interest on BTC, on other perpetuals that are available on gateio. And another thing that you have with BTC and perpetuals is that you can add leverage, and you can add pretty substantial leverage. Gateio is pretty unique with that as well, because you can go with up to 125x of leverage. This is of course not that reasonable if you were to trade, especially on coins that are smaller than BTC, because even with BTC, that much of a movement can basically entirely dissolve your position and liquidate you within seconds. However, with even smaller coins, that will probably make you wrecked in any kind of market in seconds. So the thing to remember is that you have to pick how much risk you want to take by the amount of leverage you want to use. Another thing is that you should also decide whether you want to go with cross margin mode or isolated. The difference is that in isolated margin mode, you have specific margin for each position. Margin basically how much the position can go down against you before you get liquidated. So liquidation here means that you get your position will get closed automatically, because leverage works. The best way to explain that is that you're putting, for example, for the 10x leverage, you're putting 1/10 of the price, the other 9/10 is put by the exchange, but basically the amount you put in is dissolved fast. So if the price of the Bitcoin in this case will go down by 10%, basically you have the loss of 100%. This is the 10x of your 10%, which means that your entire position is liquidated. And in this case, because the exchange doesn't want to have any losses, they automatically liquidate your position and you're going to lose everything. This is also why leverage is super risky, because with spot you never really lose everything. You can always of course lose 50%, 90% and more in the case of some of the coins, but you always have those coins. With leverage you can end up with absolutely nothing, with nothing to show. So this is very, very risky, and generally speaking I wouldn't advise leverage, especially if you're just starting. But you have leverage both on cross options and isolated. So cross is basically where your entire balance in your account is used as a margin. This is also the case if you have a couple of positions that you want to cross play. For example, you're longing Ethereum and shorting Solana, because you want to have the spread and you want to make the money this way. There are different plays that make sense using the cross margin for. Now, so this is for the perpetuals. Another thing that you can check out are options and CBBC. Those are similar. So basically how the options work is you can basically buy a contract for a particular strike price. I'm going to do a very, very short explanation, because this is definitely not for beginners, but I wanted all of you to have just a general understanding of what an option is, because in the end it's not that hard to understand. So first of all, what we have is that, let me just pick maybe a date that is far in the future and that we're going to understand. So first, let's go with this one. So this one is basically, this is the date, and this date is 22nd of December 2023. So until exercise, we have 9 days and 19 hours as of the recording of this video. And then you have this table, which is telling you what you want to bet. So basically, strike price is the price of the Bitcoin that you're betting will be attained or over at this price. And either you can buy a call option or a put option. Call option is longing, put option is shorting. In brief, however, you can also sell calls and buy puts. And sell puts actually. So this gets more complicated on what it does, but I'm just want to go with the simplest option. Say you want to bet that, for example, Bitcoin will reach $50,000 by in this 9 days, right? So I'm going to go for the strike price and I can find $50,000 here. Actually, there are no bets, so maybe let's find something smaller. But people are betting that, for example, Bitcoin will reach $45,000 by 22nd of December in 9 days and 19 hours. Now, this is the strike price. Now you can look at the bits that you have here, and basically what you can do, you can buy a call option for that. This will cost you $300 basically to buy it at this state, and basically it says that the call option here, so you have the price of the call option, this is what we will pay for it, and if the call option will basically give you nothing if the BTC will be below $45,000, so you lose everything, you lose this $312. But if BTC goes above 45,000, then you gain, basically you have unlimited potential. So if magically that grew to $50,000, you basically get $5,000 minus the cost of 312 that you paid for the call option. So you made basically $4,680 to $88, which is pretty nice. Of course, that can of course never happen, and you're just going to lose $300. Same for puts. This is betting on the price going below. So as you can see here, those put options are much more expensive, because actually you're paying for there's more chance that Bitcoin will be below $45,000, and you can pay for this option $3,000, and you're going to earn everything that will be below. So for example, if you pay $3,000 and Bitcoin will be at $40,000, then basically you make $5,000 in 9 days. However, you minus the price of the option, so you altogether you will make something like $2,800 in 9 days. Of course, again, if Bitcoin will reach, for example, $45,000, you gain nothing, and you just lose the option, and you just paid $3,200. This is interesting, especially if you want to bet on the volatility in the long term. However, again, this is much more advanced than just buying and trading. Now, going back to spot, and basically this is the easiest way to trade. As you can see, also mentioning the options. The easiest way is, again, try to discover the coins on prices, and then go with the particular coin that you want to. This is probably the easiest way to do it. Now, gateio is interesting because you have a bunch of other options as well, apart from options. You can also lend and earn, so you can also lend your tokens and make different interest on that. You can hold and earn. So there are different savings like accounts that you can use in order to make even more. And there are different kind of bots. I've mentioned SpotGrid, but you can also have a bunch of other bots that you can read about. You can go with copy trading, which is pretty popular. So basically you have a list of different traders on the platform that are more or less successful. Of course, past results doesn't indicate that they will have the same results in the future. However, you can look at what they are trading and maybe take that for your own reasoning. So this is super interesting. Finally, there's the place for institutional. If you want to connect to the API or have different kind of company that you're running and want to partner with gateio, this is the place. So this is interesting. You have also a bunch of other options as well with moments, so different live streams, events, news, and so on. And also I wanted to mention that gateio has also its own token called GT. You have a referral program, influencer program, NFTs, leaderboard for top crypto traders that you can have a look at, as well as option with Web3. So Web3 is interesting because they allow you to connect with one of the wallets, so like MetaMask and other wallets, and basically start trading on the centralized exchange, facilitating that and making it much faster for you. So you can, if you know about Uniswap, this is basically like Uniswap particularly for gateio users, and you are able to swap between different chains, so they have inbuilt bridge between different chains, which is very, very useful. So on the Web3 side, on the decentralized side, they have also trading, swaps, futures, earning NFTs and more. So they're also building that decentralized part as well, and this is where their token GT is also coming into place. So this is it for the beginners. For basically going through everything that is possible with gateio. There are many stuff at this place. At this point, gateio is really one of the top exchanges with many cryptocurrencies that you can trade, many NFTs, many products. Of course, remember that crypto is risky. You can lose all of your capital, so never invest more that you can afford to lose. That should be your basic motto here in crypto. And of course, learn as much as you can. And for that, I recommend you subscribe to the channel and see you in the next video.